Ever thought about which cars from the 1970s left a lasting mark for all the wrong reasons? From questionable designs to notorious reliability issues, American automakers faced numerous challenges during this turbulent decade. But which models stand out as the absolute worst, shaping perceptions of American automotive engineering? Join us as we delve into the depths of automotive history to uncover the 50 worst American cars from the 1970s nobody wants back. Number 50. 1971 Chevrolet Vega. The Chevrolet Vega, manufactured from 1971 to 1977, is infamous in automotive history due to its significant engine reliability problems and susceptibility to rust. Initially praised for its innovative features, the Vega faced high expectations during its production years. It introduced an aluminum engine block and overhead camshaft, which were groundbreaking for an American subcompact car at the time. The standard engine was a 2.3-liter inline-four, initially producing a modest 90 horsepower, later slightly increased but never surpassing 110 horsepower. Transmission choices included a standard 3-speed manual, alongside optional 4-speed manual and 3-speed automatic transmissions, typical for its era and market segment. Despite these advancements, the Vega's potential was overshadowed by persistent issues. Its engines frequently overheated, leading to warped cylinder heads and other serious malfunctions. Moreover, the untreated steel body accelerated corrosion, especially in regions where winter road salt was prevalent. The car's reputation for unreliability solidified its place in numerous lists of the worst cars ever produced. These problems overshadowed any positive aspects of the Vega, contributing to a decline in consumer confidence not only in Chevrolet, but also in American-made small cars in general. Number 49. 1971 Ford Pinto. The Ford Pinto, debuted from 1971 to 1980, became widely controversial in American automotive history due to significant safety issues. During its production years, the Pinto came equipped with a variety of inline-four engines. The most common was a 2.3-liter engine that produced approximately 88 horsepower. However, there were other engine options available, ranging from smaller 1.6-liter engines to larger 2.8-liter engines. These engines offered varying horsepower outputs, from 54 horsepower in the smallest to around 103 horsepower in the largest. Transmission options included a standard 4-speed manual and an optional 3-speed automatic, which were typical for compact cars of that era. This allowed consumers some flexibility to choose a transmission that suited their driving preferences. Despite these features, the Pinto is infamous for its safety concerns related to the placement of its fuel tank. In rear-end collisions, the positioning of the fuel tank made it susceptible to rupturing and potentially causing fires. This design flaw led to numerous accidents and fatalities, prompting a large-scale recall and severely impacting Ford's reputation. Mother Jones magazine published a damning article highlighting Pinto's safety issues, which further intensified public scrutiny. This scrutiny culminated in a landmark legal case that underscored the prioritization of cost-cutting over consumer safety in automotive design. Number 48. 1970 AMC Gremlin. The AMC Gremlin was known for its unique appearance and various mechanical problems. Throughout its production, the Gremlin offered several engine choices. Initially, it was equipped with a modest 3.3-liter inline-six engine that produced about 90 horsepower. Later models were available with larger engines, such as a 5-liter V8, capable of generating up to 150 horsepower. Transmission options during that time were fairly standard. The car came standard with a 3-speed manual transmission, while an automatic transmission was offered as an optional upgrade for drivers seeking more convenience. The Gremlin stood out from other cars of its time due to its distinctive design. It featured a shortened hatchback body style and a Kammback tail, giving it a unique appearance on the road. However, despite its unconventional looks, the Gremlin was plagued by reliability issues. Owners frequently reported problems with the car's build quality and mechanical reliability, which damaged its reputation over time. Furthermore, the Gremlin's performance in crash tests and safety ratings were subpar compared to its competitors. These factors combined to highlight the car's shortcomings, making it less desirable in the automotive market of its era. Number 47. 1976 Chevrolet Chevette. The Chevrolet Chevette was a small car produced from 1976 to 1987. It was designed as an affordable subcompact vehicle, but it gained a reputation for its weak performance and low-quality construction. During its years on the market, the Chevette was offered with a range of inline-four engines. Initially, it featured a 1.4-liter engine that generated just 52 horsepower. Later models were upgraded to a 1.6-liter engine, which slightly improved power output to 70 horsepower. The standard transmission was a 4-speed manual gearbox, although an optional 3-speed automatic transmission was also available for drivers seeking a simpler driving experience. Despite its intended role as an economical choice, the Chevette faced significant criticism. Its engines were notably underpowered compared to rival subcompacts, which affected its performance on the road. Moreover, the car's construction was a frequent source of complaints. It was notorious for its cheap materials and inconsistent assembly quality. These issues contributed to the Chevette earning a reputation as one of the least desirable cars of its era. Number 46. 1974 Ford Mustang II. The Ford Mustang II, produced from 1974 to 1978, is often seen as a disappointment compared to the revered first-generation Mustang. Despite its production span, the Mustang II offered various engine choices. Initially, the base model was equipped with a 2.3-liter inline-4 engine, generating 88 horsepower. Additional options included a 2.8-liter V6 and later a 4.9-liter V8, though even the V8, producing up to 140 horsepower, failed to meet the performance standards set by its predecessor. The Mustang II's decline stemmed from its inability to uphold the Mustang legacy of high performance. Amidst the oil crisis and tightening emissions regulations, Ford opted for smaller, more fuel-efficient engines. This decision significantly reduced the car's power and appeal to enthusiasts of muscle cars. Furthermore, the Mustang II departed from the bold, sporty image of the original, shifting towards a smaller, more economical design. This change alienated many fans. Before we move on to the next car on our list, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on the latest automotive news and updates. Number 45. 1975 Chrysler Cordoba. The Chrysler Cordoba, manufactured between 1975 and 1983, aimed to tap into the market for luxury personal cars. This vehicle was distinctively styled and boasted unique features, yet it became notorious for its poor construction quality and unreliability. During its production span, which covered 2 generations, the Cordoba emerged amidst a significant shift in the American automotive history. This era marked a transition from powerful muscle cars to more opulent offerings. The first generation, spanning from 75 to 79, showcased a variety of V8 engines, including the renowned 5.9-liter variant. However, the 5.2-liter V8 gained popularity due to concerns over fuel efficiency prevalent at the time. The subsequent generations, from 1980 to 1983, saw Chrysler pivot towards smaller, more fuel-efficient engines such as the Slant 6 and a smaller V8 option. In terms of performance, early models with larger V8 engines boasted upwards of 180 horsepower, but later iterations with smaller engines were adjusted to meet evolving market demands. Most Cordobas were equipped with a 3-speed automatic transmission, though some offered a 4-speed manual option. Despite its initial promise, Cordoba faced criticism primarily due to its unreliable build quality. At a time when Japanese imports were gaining reputation for reliability, Chrysler struggled with manufacturing inconsistencies that resulted in frequent breakdowns and maintenance issues. Number 44. 1975 Chevrolet Monza. The Chevrolet Monza, debuted from 1975 to 1980, was Chevrolet's response to the fuel shortages of the 1970s, aiming to provide a sporty yet fuel-efficient car. Despite its intentions, the Monza faced criticism for its lack of strong performance and reliability issues. This was a challenging time for American automakers, dealing with new emission standards and a shift in consumer preferences towards smaller, more economical vehicles. Initially planned with a Wankel rotary engine, the Monza ultimately adopted conventional piston engines due to emission challenges. Notably, it offered a 4.3-liter V8 engine, unusual for a compact car of its size. This engine delivered up to 110 horsepower, which was modest compared to earlier muscle cars. Transmission choices included a standard 3-speed manual, an optional 4-speed manual, and a 3-speed automatic. Monza's reputation suffered due to frequent mechanical failures and its inability to match the sporty expectations set by its design. Quality control issues plagued the vehicle, disappointing consumers who anticipated a more dynamic driving experience. Number 43. 1975 AMC Pacer. The AMC Pacer was offered as a hatchback or station wagon and came with a choice of engines. 2 inline-6 engines, 3.8 liters and 4.2 liters, and a more powerful 5-liter V8 engine. Depending on the engine chosen, horsepower varied, with the V8 providing the highest performance. Transmission options were diverse, ranging from a 3-speed manual, a version with overdrive, a 4-speed manual, to an automatic transmission. One of its distinctive features was its unusually wide body. almost as wide as it was long, which earned it the nickname the Fishbowl because of its large wraparound windows. Despite its innovative design, the Pacer had significant reliability issues and drew criticism for its unusual appearance. The extensive glass area caused excessive interior heat on warm days, leading to comparisons with the boiling lobster pot. These factors, combined with mechanical problems, contributed to its reputation as one of the least reliable cars of its era. Number 42. 1970 Ford Maverick. The Ford Maverick, first introduced in 1970 and manufactured until 1977, was a small car designed primarily for straightforward transportation. Initially available as a coupe and later as a sedan, it featured a selection of 3 inline-6 engines and the option of a more powerful V8 engine. The horsepower varied, with the 6-cylinder engines offering modest performance and the V8 providing greater power, especially notable in the sportier Grabber and Sprint trimmed levels. Despite its strong initial sales, particularly in its debut year, the Maverick faced criticism for its lackluster performance and build quality. Its uncomplicated engineering and absence of advanced features contributed to its reputation as a basic and unexciting car. Criticism of the Maverick centered around its disappointing driving experience and reliability issues. It failed to meet consumer expectations for refinement and dependability, overshadowing its affordability and practicality. Consequently, the Ford Maverick is often remembered more for its weaknesses than its contributions to automotive history. Number 41. 1980 Chevrolet Citation. The Chevrolet Citation, manufactured between 1980 and 1985, was a compact car that marked Chevrolet's first venture into front-wheel drive vehicles. It offered 2 engine options, a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder or a 2.8-liter V6, delivering 90 and 115 horsepower respectively. Transmission choices included a 3-speed automatic or a 4-speed manual, providing drivers with options between convenience and control. Initially, the Citation showed promise with strong initial sales and accolades. However, it soon gained notoriety for its poor handling and build quality issues. Drivers often found its handling unpredictable, compounded by various construction problems. As a result, consumer trust and satisfaction declined rapidly. The Citation's reputation as one of the least favored cars was solidified by these performance and reliability shortcomings. It failed to maintain the high standards set by its early success, leaving behind a legacy tarnished by many owners' negative experiences. Number 40. 1975 Ford Granada. The Ford Granada, manufactured from 1975 to 1982, was a series of sedans that succeeded the Ford Maverick in North America. It offered a range of engine choices, including inline-6 and V8 options, with power outputs varying from 62 to 148 horsepower. Transmission options included both manual and automatic, catering to different driving preferences. Despite efforts to position itself as a luxurious compact car, often drawing comparisons to European models such as Mercedes-Benz, the Granada faced criticism for its underwhelming performance and perceived lack of innovation. Consumers found its handling and overall driving characteristics below expectations, especially considering its marketing as a luxury vehicle. The Ford Granada's reputation as one of the worst cars stems from its failure to deliver the upscale driving experience it promised. Its performance failed to match its positioning, disappointing buyers who expected more from a vehicle marketed as a luxury option. Number 39. 1975 Chevrolet Vega Cosworth. The Chevrolet Vega Cosworth, which was made for a short period from 1975 to 1976, was a special version of the Chevrolet Vega aimed at offering better performance. It had a distinctive 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine with dual overhead cams, Bendix electronic fuel injection, and a stainless steel exhaust header. The engine delivered 110 horsepower when it was first introduced. The car came with a 4-speed manual gearbox, providing an engaging driving experience. Its sporty appearance, which included gold stripes, cast aluminum wheels, and a comprehensive set of gauges. The Vega Cosworth faced significant reliability issues. These problems damaged its reputation and prevented it from achieving the status of a serious competitor against cars like the BMW 2002 or Alfa Romeo GTV. Its failure to meet performance expectations contributed to its decline. The Chevrolet Vega Cosworth is often remembered as one of the worst cars in automotive history because it failed to deliver reliable performance despite its sporty marketing. Number 38. 1971 AMC Matador. The AMC Matador, made from 1971 to 1978, is a car that has made its mark in automotive history, although not for positive reasons. It is known for its bulky design, which made it stand out from the sleeker cars of its time. Underneath the hood, the Matador offered a range of engines over its production years, the most notable being the 401 cubic inch V8 engine that produced around 255 horsepower. It came with a 3-speed automatic transmission that did little to improve its driving experience. The combination of its heavy design and underwhelming powertrain meant it lacked strong acceleration and good handling. The AMC Matador gained a reputation as one of the worst cars of its era due to several factors. Its design was divisive, often described as awkward, and did not appeal to most consumers. Its performance and reliability issues further damaged its reputation. Despite attempts by AMC to rejuvenate the Matador through redesigning and marketing, it couldn't overcome its negative perception and struggled with sales. Number 37. 1976 Dodge Aspen. The Dodge Aspen was produced from 1976 to 1980 and is remembered for its tendency to rust quickly and numerous mechanical problems. This mid-size car was introduced during a time when American car makers were shifting towards more fuel-efficient vehicles amid the oil crisis. One distinctive feature of the Dodge Aspen was its slant-six engine, known for its durability and decent fuel efficiency. However, the optional V8 engines, which could generate up to 170 horsepower, were more popular despite their higher fuel consumption. The car's main issue stemmed from its poor construction quality. It gained notoriety for rusting so quickly that some vehicles showed signs of corrosions right off the dealer lot. Mechanical failures were frequent, affecting everything from the engine to the electrical system. These reliability issues sealed Dodge Aspen's reputation as one of the worst cars ever produced. Number 36. 1970 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The Chevrolet Monte Carlo was a luxurious personal car made from 1970 to 1988. It was created by Chevrolet to meet the increasing demand for stylish and comfortable two-door cars. Early models, especially from 1970 to 1972, are well known for their classic muscle car looks and strong performance. However, during the 1970s, some versions of the Monte Carlo received criticism for their construction and performance. The oil crisis during that decade pushed automakers to use smaller engines and design cars that used less fuel, which affected the Monte Carlo's performance. The powerful V8 engines lost power, with some models in the mid-70s producing as little as 145 horsepower. The move towards controlling emissions and increasing fuel efficiency affected its muscle car heritage. Additionally, problems with construction quality, such as lower quality interior materials and less attention to detail, added to its negative reception among fans who appreciated the sturdiness and vigor of earlier models. Number 35. 1972 Ford Thunderbird. From 1972 to 1976, the Ford Thunderbird underwent a significant transformation. Originally celebrated for its sporty appeal, the Thunderbird evolved into a larger and more opulent vehicle during these years. This fifth-generation model featured a variety of powerful V8 engines, notably including a 7.5-liter option in its earlier iterations. Horsepower ranged between approximately 224 to over 260 horsepower, depending on the specific engine and year of production. All models were equipped with a standard 3-speed automatic transmission. However, this shift towards luxury came at a cost. Many enthusiasts and longtime Thunderbird fans were disappointed by the changes. The larger size made the car less nimble and agile, distancing it from its roots as a performance-oriented vehicle. The prioritization of luxury over performance did not resonate well with the traditional Thunderbird customer base. Number 34. 1970 AMC Hornet. The AMC Hornet was a compact car manufactured by American Motors Corporation from 1970 to 1977. Spanning 7 years of production, it aimed to stand out in a shifting automotive industry landscape. The Hornet boasted a range of engines, from a modest inline-six to a powerful 304 cubic inch V8, providing varying levels of horsepower. The V8 engines, for instance, could achieve up to 150 horsepower. Transmission options included a standard 3-speed manual, along with optional 4-speed manual and 3-speed automatic transmissions. Despite innovations like a fold-down rear seat for increased cargo space, the Hornet struggled with quality and reliability concerns. It faced tough competition from rival manufacturers and earned a reputation for susceptibility to rust and mechanical failures. Number 33. 1970 Chevrolet Nova. The Chevrolet Nova, produced from 1970 to 1979, is often remembered for its reliability problems and underwhelming performance, especially within the context of the 1970s automotive industry. Throughout its fourth-generation run in the 1970s, the Nova featured a variety of engines. These included options with 6 cylinders and a range of V8 engines, with the most notable being the SS Package's 350 cubic inch V8. Regarding horsepower, the Nova exhibited a broad range, 6-cylinder models provided modest power, while earlier V8 models reached up to 300 horsepower before stringent emissions regulations began to impact performance. Transmission choices included a standard 3-speed manual gearbox, with optional 4-speed manual and 2-speed or 3-speed automatic transmissions. The Nova gained a reputation for its reliability issues, such as rust and mechanical problems, which affected its durability. Additionally, its performance was deemed lackluster, exacerbated by stricter emissions controls in the mid-70s that significantly reduced engine power. Number 32. 1970 Ford Torino. The Ford Torino, manufactured from 1970 to 1976. During its production years in the early to mid-1970s, the Torino boasted a diverse range of engines, starting from a basic inline-six engine and reaching up to the potent Cobra Jet V8s. Engine power varied significantly, with base models delivering around 155 horsepower, while the high-performance Cobra Jet versions exceeded 370 horsepower. Transmission options included a 3-speed manual, a 4-speed manual featuring a Hurst shifter, and a 3-speed automatic gearbox. Despite offering robust performance in some variants, the Torino struggled with reliability issues and uneven build quality. Critics pointed out shortcomings such as poor handling and lackluster acceleration in certain models. These inconsistencies resulted in mixed reviews and diminished the Torino's potential as a standout muscle car of its era, leaving behind a legacy tainted by its manufacturing challenges. Number 31. 1977 Chrysler LeBaron. The Chrysler LeBaron was introduced to the market between 1977 and 1981 amid high expectations, but it soon encountered significant criticism due to problems with its quality and reliability. During its production in the late 1970s and early 1980s, the LeBaron featured a variety of engines, starting with a 225 cubic inch slant 6 and offering several V8 options. These engines ranged in horsepower, beginning around 110 horsepower for the slant 6 and reaching approximately 170 horsepower for the larger V8s. Transmission options included a standard 3-speed automatic and, in earlier models, an optional 4-speed manual. Despite attempts to address its issues, early models of the LeBaron were plagued by numerous problems such as electrical issues and rust. These issues quickly marred its reputation and overshadowed efforts to improve subsequent models. Number 30. 1970 AMC Gremlin X. The AMC Gremlin X aimed to be a sportier version of the standard Gremlin produced by American Motors Corporation. It boasted distinctive features like a more powerful engine and unique styling. Among its engine options, the most notable was a 5-liter V8, which significantly increased horsepower to up to 150. This engine could be paired with either a 3-speed manual gearbox or an optional automatic transmission. Despite these improvements, the Gremlin X faced reliability issues throughout its production run. These issues included electrical malfunctions and mechanical failures, which damaged its reputation. Furthermore, the car's unconventional design, characterized by a short rear end and a long front hood, was widely criticized and became a source of mockery. The Gremlin X struggled to carve out a niche in the sporty subcompact market due to these shortcomings. Its persistent reliability problems contributed to its reputation as one of the least dependable cars of its era. Number 29. 1976 Ford Mustang II Cobra II. The Ford Mustang Cobra II, sold from 1976 to 1978, aimed to rejuvenate the Mustang lineup with a sporty image amidst strict emission rules and fuel economy concerns. The Cobra II package included distinctive stripes, a hood scoop that was purely for show, and a rear spoiler, giving it a bold look reminiscent of the high-performance Shelby Mustangs. Under the hood, buyers could choose between a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine, a 2.8-liter V6, or a 4.9-liter V8. Despite offering a V8 option, power output was modest for the era, topping out around 139 horsepower due to emission controls. These engines could be paired with a 4-speed manual or a 3-speed automatic transmission. Critics panned the Mustang Cobra II for focusing too much on appearance without corresponding performance upgrades. It was criticized for not delivering the thrilling driving experience expected from a model bearing the revered Cobra name. Number 28. 1976 Chevrolet Chevette Scooter. The Chevrolet Chevette Scooter was made from 76 to 87 as the most basic version of the Chevette series. It was marketed as a budget-friendly small car, but its cost-cutting measures were clear. The Scooter lacked simple features like a glove box door and rear seat armrests, which were standard in other cars. Inside, it was known for its very basic design and minimalist approach to comfort and convenience. Initially, the Chevette Scooter used a 1.4-liter inline-4 engine, later upgraded to a 1.6-liter engine. However, its power output was modest, peaking at just under 70 horsepower. This engine was paired with either a 4-speed manual transmission or an optional 3-speed automatic. The combination of an underpowered engine and minimal features earned the Chevette Scooter a reputation as one of the least favorable cars of its time. It struggled notably with performance, especially when carrying passengers or driving uphill. Number 27. 1976 Plymouth Volare. The Plymouth Volare was manufactured from 1976 to 1980 as part of Chrysler's F-body lineup, alongside its counterpart, the Dodge Aspen. It was marketed as a compact car aimed at providing comfort and fuel efficiency during the fuel crisis era. The Volare featured various engine choices, including a slant 6 and small block V8s. The most powerful engine available was the 5.9-liter V8, capable of producing up to 170 horsepower. Transmission options included a standard 3-speed manual, along with optional 4-speed manual or 3-speed automatic transmissions. Despite these choices, the Volare encountered significant issues, particularly premature rusting around the fenders and quarter panels, leading to extensive recalls. Mechanical reliability was another major concern. Problems such as faulty ignition systems and carburetor issues resulted in frequent breakdowns and repairs for owners. These persistent issues severely impacted the Plymouth Volare's reputation, contributing to its reputation as one of the least reliable cars of its time. Number 26. 1975 AMC Pacer X. The AMC Pacer X aimed to attract younger buyers with its unique look and upgraded features compared to the standard AMC Pacer. It boasted various engine choices, including a 3.8-liter inline-6 and a more powerful 5-liter V8, which offered up to 125 horsepower, the highest among its options. Despite its efforts to appeal with sportier elements, such as its distinctive styling, the Pacer X faced significant challenges with reliability and quality control. Many owners experienced issues with the electrical system, engine components, and overall build quality, resulting in frequent repairs and maintenance needs. These reliability issues earned the AMC Pacer X a reputation as one of the least reliable cars of its time. Number 25. 1970 Ford Maverick Grabber. The Ford Maverick Grabber, produced from 1970 to 1975, aimed to offer a sportier variant of the economical Maverick. It came with unique graphics, a spoiler, wider tires, and upgraded trim. Some early models featured dual hood scoops. The Grabber package also included aesthetics enhancements like a rear spoiler, dual sport mirrors, and a blackout paint with distinctive stripes. Engine options ranged across various models, with later versions benefiting from the introduction of the 302 cubic inch V8. This addition provided a slight performance boost, though the Grabber's horsepower remained modest compared to other muscle cars of its time. Transmission choices included both manual and automatic, appealing to different driving preferences. Despite these features, the Maverick Grabber didn't match the performance of its peers. It faced criticism for reliability issues and was often perceived more as a style package than a true high-performance vehicle. Number 24. 1978 Chevrolet Citation X11. The Chevrolet Citation X11, manufactured from 1978 to 1985, introduced a modern engine placed sideways and front-wheel drive, which were advanced features during its era. These advancements promised improved fuel efficiency and more interior room compared to its predecessor, the Chevrolet Nova. The X11 model featured enhancements to its chassis and powertrain from the standard Citation lineup. It was powered by a 2.8-liter V6 high-output engine, producing approximately 135 horsepower, a significant figure for a compact car at the time. Despite these specifications, it fell short of delivering the anticipated sporty performance. However, the X11 faced challenges such as handling issues and overall build quality concerns. Notably, its rear drum brakes were a particular source of reliability problems. These shortcomings, combined with the unmet performance expectations, contributed to its reputation as one of the least favored cars of its era. Number 23. 1971 Pontiac Ventura. The Pontiac Ventura was made from 1971 to 1977 as Pontiac's entry into the compact car market, sharing its base with the Chevrolet Nova. Originally called the Ventura II, it dropped the 2 after 1972 and became known simply as the Ventura. It offered various engine choices, including a 250 cubic inch inline-6 and several V8 options, topping out with a 350 cubic inch V8. These engines varied in horsepower, with the V8s providing more power, but they were still considered underwhelming compared to other cars of the time. The Ventura earned a reputation as one of the least impressive cars due to its generic appearance and unremarkable driving experience. It was viewed as essentially a copy of the Nova, lacking distinctive features or improvements that would set it apart from other General Motors models or competitors. Number 22. 1970 Chrysler Newport. The Chrysler Newport was manufactured from 1970 to 1981 as Chrysler's basic large sedan. It was known for its substantial size, common among American cars of that time. Typically, it housed a V8 engine, such as the 1981 model's 5.2-liter naturally aspirated petrol engine. This engine was a 90-degree V8 with 2 valves per cylinder, a conventional choice then. Horsepower varied by model and year, but generally matched other full-size sedans of its era. Transmission choices usually included a 3-speed automatic, standard for large American sedans then. Despite its strong engine and transmission, the Newport faced criticism for its construction quality. Its body-on-frame design seemed outdated, and the car didn't meet expectations compared to its rivals or even other Chrysler models. The Newport earned a reputation as one of the least liked cars due to its failure to adapt to changing consumer preferences and increasing competition from overseas. Number 21. 1975 Chevrolet Monza 2+2. The Chevrolet Monza 2+2 shared the Vega's wheelbase and width and initially featured a standard inline-4 engine. The Monza 2+2 offered a range of engine choices, including 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder options. Notably, it could also be fitted with V8 engines, the most powerful being a 5-liter V8 with a 2-barrel carburetor available from 1976 to 1979, delivering between 130 to 145 horsepower. However, despite efforts to create a sporty model, Monza was plagued by significant reliability issues. The Chevrolet Monza 2+2 gained a reputation as one of the least reliable cars of its time. These reliability concerns overshadowed its performance potential, tarnishing its image. Despite aiming to offer an exhilarating driving experience, the Monza ultimately failed to deliver consistent quality and dependability. Number 20. 1979 AMC Spirit. The AMC Spirit, sold from 1979 to 1983, was a small car from American Motors Corporation that followed the Gremlin. It was available as a 2-door hatchback and offered different engine options, a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder, and a V8. The Spirit's engines range from a 2-liter inline-4 with 82 horsepower to a 4.2-liter inline-6 with 125 horsepower. There was also a high-performance AMX version with a 304 cubic-inch V8 engine. For transmissions, buyers could choose between a standard 3-speed manual gearbox, an optional 4-speed manual, or 3-speed automatic transmission. Despite these choices, the Spirit received criticism for its underwhelming performance and design. It failed to significantly improve upon its predecessor, the Gremlin, and received average reviews at best. As a result, the Spirit didn't achieve much success for AMC and is remembered as one of its less impressive models. Number 19. 1977 Ford LTD2. The Ford LTD2, made from 1977 to 1979 as a mid-size car, replacing the Torino and Elite models. It came in sedan, coupe, and station wagon versions and offered several engine choices, including a 5.8-liter V8 that could generate up to 139 horsepower. Transmission options range from a 3-speed automatic to a 4-speed manual gearbox. Despite these options, the LTD2 received criticism for its plain design and lack of innovation. Many found it uninspiring compared to its predecessors. It struggled in the market, overshadowed by the more popular and stylish Ford Thunderbird of the same era. These factors contributed to its discontinuation after just 3 years. The LTD2's brief production period marked it as one of Ford's less memorable models, failing to distinguish itself in a competitive automotive landscape. Number 18. 1973 Chevrolet Malibu Classic. The Chevrolet Malibu Classic, manufactured from 1973 to 1983, was a medium-sized car that originally began as a trim level of the Chevrolet Chevelle before establishing itself as a distinct model line in 1978. It offered various engine choices, including a 5.7-liter V8 capable of producing up to 145 horsepower. Transmission options comprised a 3-speed automatic and a 4-speed manual gearbox. However, certain versions of the Malibu Classic encountered significant issues related to build quality and reliability, which severely impacted its reputation. These problems, coupled with a shifting automotive landscape that prioritized fuel efficiency and dependability, contributed to the Malibu Classic receiving criticism from some quarters. Number 17. 1973 Pontiac Grand Prix. The Pontiac Grand Prix, which debuted in 1973, was part of its third generation and was known for its appeal as a luxurious personal car. It offered a variety of engines, with the standard being a 455 cubic-inch V8 that generated 250 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque. The Grand Prix's performance suffered due to a trend towards larger and heavier designs. This shift was influenced by safety regulations mandated by the federal government, which affected the car's agility and speed. Furthermore, there were concerns about its build quality, as some models experienced reliability issues. These factors combined to diminish the Grand Prix's reputation as a high-performance vehicle and positioned it as one of Pontiac's less successful offerings in the mid-1970s. Number 16. 1975 Chrysler Cordoba LS. The Chrysler Cordoba LS, manufactured from 1975 to 1983, stood out in its era due to a unique engine innovation called the lean burn system, one of the earliest computer-controlled ignition systems. This technology was intended to lower emissions and enhance fuel efficiency. However, it became notorious for its unreliability. Beneath its hood, the Cordoba LS offered various V8 engines during its production span. The most robust was a 5.9-liter V8, capable of generating up to 195 horsepower. Power was transmitted through a 3-speed automatic transmission, which was standard across all models. Despite its luxurious amenities and distinctive engineering, the Cordoba LS is frequently cited as one of the poorest vehicles ever manufactured. Its reputation was marred by frequent mechanical breakdowns and subpar construction quality. The lean burn engine, especially, was prone to glitches, resulting in expensive repairs and tarnishing what could have been a standout addition to Chrysler's lineup. Number 15. 1977 Ford Thunderbird Town Landau. The Ford Thunderbird Town Landau, built from 1977 to 1979, marked a decline for the iconic model. Known for its status as a luxurious personal coupe, the Thunderbird during these years transitioned to a larger, less sporty design, following the trend of larger cars in that era. One notable feature of this model was its 351 cubic inch Windsor V8 engine. However, due to emissions regulations at the time, this engine was reduced in power, resulting in a decrease to around 152 horsepower. The car was equipped with a 3-speed automatic transmission, which was considered outdated compared to the more performance-oriented transmissions of earlier Thunderbird models. The drop in quality and performance compared to its predecessors earned the Town Landau a reputation as one of the least favorable Thunderbirds. It lacked the innovative spirit and driving excitement that had characterized earlier Thunderbird models. Number 14. 1979 Chevrolet Camaro Berlinetta. The Chevrolet Camaro Berlinetta sought to provide a more comfortable and upscale driving experience compared to other models. Inside, it featured plush interior appointments and aimed for a smooth ride. Under the hood, the Berlinetta offered several engine choices, including a 5-liter V8 that generated approximately 155 horsepower. This engine could be paired with either a 3-speed automatic or a 4-speed manual transmission. However, its performance was perceived as lackluster, particularly when compared to the more powerful Z28 model. Despite efforts to enhance luxury, the Berlinetta fell short due to its underwhelming execution. Its performance did not meet sports car standards, and the additional luxury features did not justify its higher price tag. Consequently, it is often considered one of the less desirable Camaro models from a time when American car manufacturers faced challenges in performance and quality amidst evolving regulations and consumer preferences. Number 13. 1970 Plymouth Fury. The Plymouth Fury, manufactured from 1970 to 1978, underwent significant changes that moved it away from its earlier focus on high performance. The car grew larger, now classified as a full-size vehicle, which affected its power-to-weight ratio unfavorably and diminished its reputation for speed and agility. During this period, the Fury was available with various engines, notably the 440 cubic inch V8. Despite this engine's capability of producing over 375 horsepower, the car's increased weight compromised its maneuverability and acceleration. The inclusion of a 3-speed automatic transmission further dulled its driving dynamics compared to earlier models. Alongside its performance setbacks, the Fury faced issues with reliability. Manufacturing inconsistencies became more common, damaging Plymouth's image for producing robust and dependable cars. Combined with a shift in design from the sleek 60s style, these factors contributed to the Fury being widely regarded as one of the least desirable cars of its era. Number 12. 1970 AMC Ambassador. The AMC Ambassador represented American Motors Corporation's attempt to offer a luxurious vehicle. It was known for its spacious interiors and powerful engine. The Ambassador came with various engine choices during these years, including the distinctive 304 cubic inch V8 engine, praised for its smooth performance. The horsepower output varied depending on the engine type, with the 304 V8 generating approximately 210 horsepower. Transmission options included a 3-speed manual gearbox with an optional automatic transmission that most buyers preferred. Despite its positive attributes like comfort and engine power, The Ambassador faced criticism for inconsistent build quality and reliability issues. These factors contributed to its reputation as one of the least reliable cars of its era, which overshadowed its strengths. The decline of the Ambassador symbolized broader challenges AMC encountered in competing with larger automakers, ultimately leading to its discontinuation. Its legacy endures as a symbol of an era where size and engine strength were prioritized, though reliability was not always assured. Number 11. 1971 Chevrolet Vega Panel Express. The Chevrolet Vega Panel Express was a commercial version of the popular Vega model, manufactured from 1971 to 1975. It was designed for light delivery purposes. One notable feature was its unique aluminum block inline-4 engine. Initially praised for its ability to save weight, this engine's horsepower varied over the years. It started at 90 horsepower in 1971 and reached 110 horsepower by 1975 when a larger 2.3-liter engine became optional. Despite its innovative design, the Vega Panel Express faced significant reliability issues, especially with its engine. Problems like overheating, rapid wear, and corrosion tarnished its reputation for durability and performance. The vehicle also suffered from inadequate rust proofing and overall build quality, contributing to its notoriety as one of the least reliable cars of its time. These issues underscored broader challenges in General Motors' approach to compact cars during that era. Number 10. 1973 AMC Gremlin Levi's Edition. The AMC Gremlin Levi's Edition, introduced in 1973, was a special variant of the compact Gremlin. It featured a unique interior design inspired by Levi's jeans, including denim-like trim with orange stitching and rivets. This special edition aimed to attract younger buyers by capitalizing on the popularity of the Levi's brand. Underneath the hood, the Gremlin Levi's Edition offered several engine choices, notably including a 304 cubic inch V8 engine capable of producing approximately 150 horsepower. Buyers could opt for either a standard 3-speed manual transmission or an available automatic transmission. Despite its distinctive styling, the Gremlin Levi's Edition faced similar mechanical issues as the standard Gremlin models. These issues included poor fuel efficiency, reliability concerns, and a lack of refinement. As a result, it garnered a reputation as one of the least favored cars of its era. Number 9. 1974 Ford Mustang II Ghia. The Ford Mustang II Ghia was launched in 1974 as Ford's effort to create a more luxurious version of its popular Mustang line. This move came at a time when consumers were increasingly favoring smaller and more fuel-efficient cars. The Ghia model aimed to stand out from the base Mustangs by offering plush interiors, vinyl roofs, and various trim options. The Mustang II Ghia provided two engine choices. The first was a modest 2.3-liter inline-4 engine, starting with 88 horsepower. For those seeking more power, there was an optional 2.8-liter V6 engine, delivering up to 105 horsepower. Transmission options included a 4-speed manual or a 3-speed automatic. The Mustang II Ghia faced criticism for its mediocre performance and handling, which fell short compared to earlier Mustang models. The decision to prioritize fuel efficiency over raw power marked a departure from the Mustang's traditional image, contributing to its reputation as one of the least favored iterations of the iconic model. Number 8. 1971 Chevrolet Vega GT. The Chevrolet Vega GT, produced from 1971 to 1977, was designed to be a sportier version of the standard Vega compact car. It featured distinct styling elements such as stripes and sport wheels, alongside enhancements to its suspension and handling capabilities. Under the hood, it was equipped with an aluminum block inline-4 engine. Initially, this engine produced approximately 90 horsepower, which later increased to 110 horsepower with the introduction of a larger 2.3-liter engine option. Transmission choices for the Vega GT included a standard 4-speed manual gearbox or an optional 3-speed automatic transmission. Despite its sporty aspirations, the Vega GT faced significant challenges related to reliability and build quality that plagued its standard models. Common issues included engine overheating, excessive oil consumption, and premature wear, exacerbated by poor rust protection and assembly quality concerns. Consequently, the Vega GT gained notoriety as one of the least reliable cars of its era, failing to deliver on its sporty image while highlighting broader challenges in General Motors' approach to compact car production during that time. Number 7. 1971 Plymouth Cricket. The Plymouth Cricket, manufactured from 1971 to 1973, was an American adaptation of the British Hillman Avenger. It featured a range of 4-cylinder engines, with the most common being a 1.5-liter unit that generated about 70 horsepower. This power was channeled to the rear wheels through either a standard 4-speed manual transmission or an optional 3-speed automatic gearbox. Despite its compact size and fuel efficiency, the Cricket struggled to find acceptance in the American market. Its engine was considered underpowered compared to domestic rivals, resulting in disappointing performance. Moreover, the Cricket faced reliability issues, with frequent mechanical breakdowns that eroded consumer trust. The car's downfall was exacerbated by its subpar construction quality and the perception that it fell short of durability and performance benchmarks set by other vehicles in its category. Number 6. 1979 AMC Eagle Coupe. The AMC Eagle Coupe, introduced in 1979, aimed to combine the comfort of a sedan with the off-road capability of a rugged vehicle. It was notable for being among the first cars to offer four-wheel drive across its entire range, distinguishing it from other cars of its time. Underneath its hood, the Eagle Coupe housed various engines over its production span, including an inline-six engine producing approximately 100 horsepower. This engine was paired with either a 3-speed automatic or a 5-speed manual transmission. The AMC Eagle Coupe encountered significant mechanical issues. Problems with its four-wheel drive system were frequent and often required expensive repairs. Additionally, the car suffered from rust problems and other reliability issues, which affected its overall reputation negatively. Number 5. 1978 Ford Mustang II King Cobra. The Ford Mustang II King Cobra was launched in 1978 as a high-performance version of the Mustang II series. It stood out with its distinctive design features, such as a large front air dam, a rear spoiler, and notable King Cobra decals. The King Cobra housed a 5-liter V8 engine that produced 139 horsepower. This power was transmitted through either a 4-speed manual gearbox or an optional 3-speed automatic transmission. Despite its branding as a performance vehicle, the engine's output was considered modest to other cars of its time. Criticism of the Mustang II King Cobra centered on its handling characteristics. The suspension system was often described as too soft, failing to deliver the sharp and responsive driving feel expected by enthusiasts of muscle cars. Furthermore, the car's performance suffered due to its relatively heavy weight and the engine's underwhelming power output. These factors led to the King Cobra gaining a reputation as one of the least successful high-performance variants of the Mustang series. Number 4. 1971 Chevrolet Vega Kammback. The Chevrolet Vega Kammback was produced from 1971 to 1977 as a wagon version of the Vega lineup. It used the same engine options as the sedan, featuring a 2.3-liter inline-4 engine that generated between 70 to 85 horsepower, depending on the year and setup. This engine was paired with a standard 3-speed manual transmission or an optional 2-speed automatic or 5-speed manual transmission in later models. Notably, the Kammback's engine was distinctive for its aluminum block and cylinder head, which were considered innovative for their time, but had issues with durability. Similar to the sedan, the Kammback inherited several problems including engine overheating, excessive oil consumption, and vulnerability to rust. These issues were exacerbated by poor construction quality and reliability concerns that affected the entire Vega range. As a consequence, the Vega Kammback gained notoriety as one of the poorest cars of its era. Its inability to provide a dependable and robust family car experience led to its discontinuation and a negative reputation in automotive history. Number 3. 1979 Dodge Omni 24. The Dodge Omni 24 was manufactured from 1979 to 1982, designed by Dodge to compete in the market for sporty 3-door hatchback coupes against rivals like the VW Scirocco. It was based on the Chrysler Simca Horizon and shared the same floor pan and chassis as the 5-door hatchback version. What set the Omni 24 apart were its engine choices. Initially, it featured a 1.7-liter Volkswagen inline-4 engine producing 70 horsepower. In 1981, Dodge offered a more powerful option, a 2.2-liter Chrysler inline-4 engine generating 84 horsepower. The car boasted a distinctive fastback design and a new front fascia, distinguishing it from the standard Omni. Transmission choices were limited, primarily offering a manual gearbox typical for compact cars of that time. Despite its sporty intentions, the Dodge Omni 24 struggled with significant quality and reliability issues. It gained reputation as one of the least reliable cars of its era, criticized for poor build quality, performance issues, and durability concerns. These factors led to disappointing sales and dissatisfaction among customers. Number 2. 1975 Dodge Charger SE. The Dodge Charger SE debuted in 1975, representing a notable departure from its origins as a powerful muscle car to a more upscale personal coupe. This shift was evident in its design and performance, aiming to combine strength with sophistication. Under the hood, the Charger SE offered various engine options during its production span. Notably, it was equipped with a 360 cubic inch V8 engine, which was among the larger and more potent choices available. Despite this, its horsepower ratings were relatively modest compared to earlier high-performance muscle cars. Despite its unique features and attempt at luxury, the Dodge Charger SE is often remembered for its disappointing performance and build quality. Stricter emissions regulations and a shifting automotive market emphasizing fuel efficiency over power contributed to its decline in popularity. Number 1. 1974 Ford Maverick Stallion. The Ford Maverick Stallion, which was sold from 1974 to 1977, aimed to attract budget-conscious buyers seeking a stylish yet affordable vehicle within the compact car segment. It was part of Ford's strategy to enhance its sporty image during that era. The Stallion package featured unique design elements like a blacked-out grille, special striping, and Stallion decals. Engine choices included various options, with later models offering a 302 cubic inch V8 engine, which was the most potent available for the Maverick series. Despite this upgrade, the horsepower remained modest, especially compared to other muscle cars of its time. However, the Maverick Stallion fell short of expectations in terms of performance. Its handling and power output were deemed insufficient for a car marketed as sporty, tarnishing its reputation among 1970s compact sports cars. The 1970s witnessed some iconic cars, but also some forgettable ones. From safety concerns to performance disappointments, these 50 worst American cars remind us of a challenging era in automotive history. Which of these cars surprised you the most, and which would you absolutely avoid? Like, share, and subscribe for more automotive insights.